Hey! How are you? I'm just relaxing. Hey, Lori. Say hi, Mischief. Hey, Lisa. I stepped in an anthill on my walk, and now I feel like I have ants all over me, even though I don't. I hate it. Yes, it does. I'm good. I had my niece's birthday party today. She didn't even touch the cake or the cupcakes. She cared nothing about them. It was alright. I'm not I love my family, but I should have grabbed a hair tie, but I didn't, so see if we can make this work without one. Probably not. Probably not, because I just washed my hair today. Nope, it's not gonna stay. It was alright. I love my family. Hey, Akira! Am I saying your name right? Akira? Like Akira? Akira? I should really have my glasses on since I'm really far away from the phone, but I think I asked you that last time and you said yeah, sorry. I'm really bad at names. If my daughter was here, I'd have her bring me a hair tie, but she stayed at my sister's after the party, so. And I spent all that time making the cake and cupcakes, and my niece didn't even touch them. He was released from prison. I thought he had a while to go, Aaron. Does he know where you live? Are you, scared for your life, or are you just, are scared he's gonna show up and you have no interest in, seeing him? Are you scared for your safety, or no? Or your mom's safety? Do you think he'll come there? Where was he in prison at? And you're in Ohio too, right? I wonder if he was paroled. Because if he was paroled, then he can't, unless he wants to go on the run and get in even more trouble, he can't just show up. Or was he in prison, far away from you, or pretty close by? You know, my hair is doing all sorts of crazy things today. I got some of my kitchen clean, barely any of it, but I didn't even want to look at it today. After spending all day in there yesterday. So he doesn't know where your mom's at. That's a good thing. Hopefully she didn't, tell him where she was moving to or anything like that. Has she even spoke to him since he went to prison? Nope, I want my hair to go the other way. I just be extra vigilant, Aaron, especially if you're afraid for your safety or your mom's safety. Or if you think he wants to try and get to your mom, and since he doesn't know where she is, he'd try and hurt you to get to her. Just be very careful. How long has he been in prison? Not very long, right? Was he in for a violent crime? Hi, Bonnie. Was he in for a violent crime, Aaron? Or was it just his drug addiction? You know, my eyes are playing wonky games on me. I gotta put my glasses back on. Sorry. Sorry for the glare. Do y'all ever get tired of seeing my mess in the background? And my open cabinet, staying true to myself back there? Like, has he given you reason to be scared of him? Like, I know for your mom, it's like you're afraid he's gonna, like, get to her finances. So it's not, do you think, like, he'll hurt you guys, or are you just afraid of him, like, swindling your mom out of money? Because if you think he could hurt you, or your mom, you could always... I forgot to put my phone on Don't Ring. There we go. Who just emailed me? TikTok. TikTok emailed me. Well, he would have had to have paroled to a halfway house, huh, if he didn't have nowhere else to go. Did you contact your mom and let her know? Leroy, I would suggest you not, unless you want a time suck, because you can get lost on there for hours. Yes, Aaron, parole stipulations and things like that are public knowledge. Or should be, anyways. Yeah, except for they're like 30-second videos, and you just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and the next thing you know, you've been on there for like 5 hours, and you've got nothing done. See, at least with YouTube, you can kind of get up, do things while you're watching them. My next question is, Aaron, and I know a lot of people on here, a lot of people on here may not agree, but does your mom have a means of protection, Aaron? My eyes are playing wonky games, and I don't want to wear my glasses. They're not really helping right now anyways. Marcy! How was your mom's? Did you already have your mom's Hawaiian party? How was it? If you did. If not, I hope it's good. That's scary, Aaron. But, you know, he has been in there for almost 2 years, so maybe he's, you know, cleaned himself up, regrets his actions, and things will be okay, you know? Do you have a means of protection, Aaron, in case he shows up at your house acting all cuckoo bananas? I'll figure it out for you, Aaron. You don't have my phone number. You're not on Instagram either. Shoot me an email with his name and I can figure it out for you. I'm so glad, Marcy. You deserved a good time. Your mom deserved a good time. I'm so glad you guys had fun. Now listen, I'm not one to toot my own horn, you guys. But for only ever decorating 4 cakes in my entire life, I think I slayed that CoComelon cake. Okay. And also, Aaron, you might look into getting a protective order. I mean, I know it's just a piece of paper, but just so there's like a record of it that y'all are afraid he's gonna hurt you guys, and so if something does happen, they know where to look. First, I would look into getting personal protection orders for you and your mom on your brother. I mean, I know that's like a major step, but and also just to make the police aware. We had sack races, scooping cotton balls into a bucket blindfolded, and our gambling game, in which I won. Oh, good for you, Marcy. Did you win big bucks, or do y'all not play with, like, real money? I didn't see a link pop up. Leroy. $66. What are you gonna do with it? You gonna treat yourself, save it, put it in your sinking funds, cash envelope? What are you gonna do with it? And I would be, yeah, I didn't see a link either. I don't think links really work here in the YouTube chat. And Aaron, I would just inform your mom as soon as possible that he's out. And that way she can be being extra careful as well. That's okay, Leroy. We'll get it figured out for. Well, see, I don't even know if a link would post, since I'm using a third-party source. Let me get my tablet, Aaron, and then you can post his name and I'll go ahead and look it up for you. Just a minute, my tablet's being funky. Alright, I'm looking right now. That's your brother, right? As of right now, it's showing that he's not eligible for parole until March of next year. But that doesn't really mean anything. It says his last parole hearing was March 21st and it's still pending, so... keep like on this, Aaron, looking and updating it to see yeah. I mean, I wouldn't let your guard down, Aaron, because sometimes these things can take a few weeks to update. So just don't let your guard down until we know, like, for sure, okay? And Aaron, I don't know why, but your brother looks really familiar. Like, I think I've seen him before. Okay, so this says his transitional release was recommended and it's still pending judge's approval. Is what I'm seeing here. Like, Leroy can tell me. He knows me. Well, maybe if I can get my life together. Is that what this means, Leroy? Where it says TC reviews recommended pending judge? Has he ever been to Arkansas, Aaron? Because he looks like way familiar. Holy cow, he's younger than me. So he's 26. Okay. Transitional control. It says right there on the freaking screen. I'm an idiot. Each state is so different, Aaron, that freaking in Arkansas, the prison systems take, oh, I could pull it up, Aaron. But I don't want to blast your information out there like that. It'd make it too easy for people to find you. My stepmom, she was on America's Most Wanted. Before she was my stepmom, like way before. For a lab that blew up a hotel. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, Aaron. And also, what did I say? Don't know. Yep. Let's see if I can. I can't find it. It's been so long ago. It's probably been. Hey, Nikki! It's probably been close to 20 years ago now. But, she was mixed up with some bad people. And she still has to look over her shoulder. To this day. Yep. I mean, she did her time. She didn't snitch or nothing, but she still looks over her shoulder to this day because that screwed a lot of people out of a lot of things. Listen, Aaron, don't feel bad. Look at you go, cat. Get it done. I ain't done nothing but go to my niece's birthday party. Aaron, don't feel bad. This is what this community is for. We're here to listen to you. I mean, I don't think she's so much doing it now, but when... So I didn't know my biological dad until I was 14, and he was dating her when we met. And I remember for like the first 3 or 4 years I knew her, she was always nervous and looking over her shoulder. And, you know, as a felon, she can't have guns or anything, so she had no way to protect herself. Girl, you need a bath, cat. You need a nice, relaxing hot bath. It's okay, Nikki. Don't feel bad. Did he actually die, Lori? Like, I'm waiting for the twist where they lied and he didn't actually die. Y'all, we can get into some true crime things that have happened in my life if you want to. Like, a kid I grew up with, and I was friends with him and his brothers. He, is in prison right now because he killed his girlfriend while she was holding their baby. And the baby was laying in a pool of her blood when they found her. I ain't surprised, Aaron. They're all a bunch of freaking crooks. Yeah, there was a long history of domestic violence, and she had protection orders, and they didn't do anything. Hey, Marlene! Every time he violated, he just got a slap on the wrist, and then he ended up killing her.
Are you drinking?
And then, somebody else I knew killed his brother.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Joe,
Joe.
yeah.
Wasn't it with like a samurai sword or something?
Yeah, it was with a sword.
Well, first he tried to burn the house. His brother's disabled. He tried to burn the house down with him in it, and that didn't work.
He tried to burn the whole house down.
That's why I said he tried to burn the house down.
Everybody.
With everybody in it, and that didn't work. So when he was at home with his brother, he, they didn't know this till after.
He beat the shit out of him. He beat the shit out of him with a bat and stabbed him.
They didn't know that he was the one who caught their house on fire till after all this happened. But, he was alone with his brother, and his brother was in a wheelchair, right?
No,
He had cerebral palsy.
He was,
Anyways, he was disabled, and this kid beat the shit out of him, and then stabbed him with a samurai sword, and then went in his parents' room and watched TV until they got home.
No, he walked back into his room.
I thought he went in his parents' room.
He beat him with a
Whatever.
bat, stabbed
Whatever. The
him.
thing is, he just went and chilled out and watched TV.
A lot of people, or a lot of speculation, but one was, he was tired of him getting more attention, which, I mean, I will say, he kind of...
What?
I said I would say that Joe didn't get a whole lot of attention, and that's probably what caused it. I'm not saying it's acceptable, but...
Kat, come on. You made that up, Kat. Come on. That could not have happened. My friend's cousin got cut up in pieces, burned and thrown in the dumpster by this guy who liked her, but she only saw him as a friend. He didn't serve time because he claimed mental illness. That's crazy. I went to school with a girl whose sister fed her infant hot sauce. I don't know if she died, but it was a big deal. My friend missed a lot of school being a witness in court. Damn.
I would have beat the fuck out of that lady.
One of my husband's best friends in high school killed his wife in front of their son. Thank God. He was hopefully too little to remember it. They are still fighting the case. It's been 12 years. He liked her, but he didn't have friends, and she was his only friend. Went to see him before going to a party. Nope, not lying. Would not lie about that. Oh, goodness. You guys are on a dark topic. Eek. I have to get unpacked and do laundry and such. Bye, Marlene. Urich was last name in Vegas in like 91 and 93. It was Las Vegas Review-Journal. Oh. Also in our town, a long time ago, like when I was a tiny baby, one of the dentist's daughters had a baby and didn't tell anybody and just left it on somebody's porch. Also, there's a trailer park in the town I grew up in. And this guy went missing, and he was, like, missing for, like, the neighborhood kids found her when he was sent to throw out the trash. I always was scared to throw out the trash at our dumpster after that. I'd be scared to open it and run back.
Are you going to tell them about the person that was supposed to go on that missionary trip?
Exactly, Kat. What person?
You don't remember about the
I'm talking about Chris Hellman. Sean Hellman's brother.
I was talking about that one kid, the special kid that was going to go on a missionary trip, and those people beat the shit out of him, took his, what was like 50 grand from him. Like, they killed him and took money.
I don't remember that.
It was up by, I think it was those trailer houses down by where you used to live, by the gun range. Like, on the hill.
Well, okay, so this guy was missing for a long time. And people thought he just up and vanished because his identity was being used in Texas. And then, like, 15 years later, they found his body behind a trailer park in the woods. A guy that he had let live with him to help get up on his feet killed him and stole his identity and hid his body and ran to Texas.
I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling kids.
And his brother is now a cop, and I'm pretty sure that's why. Anthony Sowell, serial killer, wasn't far from me. I used to hang out in those neighborhoods back in the day. Never met him, but still, that was close to home. Ooh, that's creepy. I've never heard of him, though. I'll have to look him up.
Sean got hit by a car.
It's not funny.
It is.
I mean, he is a dick, but it's still not funny.
It's a little bit funny.
Okay, it's a little bit funny.
I'm sorry.
I've always hated him,
driving at
even when
you,
we were in high school.
And you have a gun?
It was by Alan Klossner. That's
Yeah, I
who
would
hit
have
him.
shot him.
I shouldn't be giving y'all names.
Why? Who cares?
I'm gonna have to, Aaron. That'll have to be like my research topic this week. Let's see, what else?
You drink the drink.
I'm drinking it.
Sipping on it. Get a drink. God, I am so turned.
Anything else true crime related happen around here? Oh, in this town we lived in, I think I've told you guys this before.
Are you talking about the neighbor?
When me and my husband first got married, we lived in this condo.
Oh,
And there's like 2 condo buildings, right? So, we lived in this one. And there's 4 condos, right? And we live on this side. And then there's this one. And there's 4 condos, right? Well, in this one is 2 guys who are roommates. Well, our daughter was like 1.5 years, 2 years old. And she like woke up in the middle of the night screaming. And I got up. And at first, when I first got up, I didn't know like the cops. I didn't realize the cop sirens and stuff. At my old job, they found a girl's body like 2 miles from our building. They were digging to put old pipes, and just a miracle they dug where she was buried. A case from like 35 years ago. Dang. Anyways, so I didn't notice at first, so I got up there and I went later down. I went back to bed, and like 10 minutes later, she's like screaming at the top of her lungs again. So I go back up and I notice the flashing lights, but so our neighbor in the same condo building used to just have like random allergic reactions, and they couldn't figure out what it was. So at first I thought, oh, the ambulance is just there.
Taking too long with the story.
We just thought that was, and then I looked out the window and noticed that there was cops and stuff there. So I went down to my husband and I said, oh dang, there's a bunch of cops and ambulances outside. And my husband's like, I'm gonna go see what's going on. I said, you're not going out there? What if there's a killer on the loose? And he tells me I'm being paranoid, right? And there's a ditch between our condo buildings, right? He tells me I'm being paranoid. And then we wake up the next morning to a news article that the guys that lived in the condo across the ditch, one of them stabbed the other one, and the guy who was stabbed crawled across the ditch. I I talked to him after he came back to a friend's condo that was in our building. He didn't come to our condo that was the closest one because he didn't want to scare our daughter. He went to the neighbors on the other side of us and broke their window to get their attention. But I'm paranoid. And this was a retirement community. My husband was like, we live in a retirement community. You're being paranoid. I always get those confused, but they are completely separate sides of the country. Ah. But, so then my neighbor came outside and told the guy who stabbed the other guy, you just need to leave, and he just went over and sat on his front porch until the cops came out. Yeah. I'd rather be paranoid than, not aware. Cat. You're not paranoid. You went and slept in some stranger's house because your skydiving got canceled until the next morning.
Wait, what?
Cat went to like Florida or something to skydive, and it started thunderstorming and stuff, so they couldn't do it.
Full send.
And so there was other people there who's also got canceled, and the other people's there, they didn't have a ride, and Cat didn't have a place to stay, so they gave the people a ride home for a place to stay, and she stayed at some rando's house. And I'm like, you're gonna get murdered. What was it? You trust, she trusts strangers, but then the other day there was something she said she didn't trust, and it was ridiculous. And I was like, okay. They were rich. Cat, did you not see the documentary about the rich guy who had a bunch of mannequins in his pool and would lure men in and kill them? Rich don't mean you're not a psychopath. As a matter of fact, more rich people, I'm pretty sure, are psychopaths. They got money to make things disappear. Mm-mm.
You're funny.
I'm not being funny, I'm being serious.
Funny.
My husband thinks I'm cuckoo bananas.
You could fucking coconuts.
I watch crazy ass documentaries. I watch all the documentaries, Aaron. I've watched porn documentaries. I've watched serial killer documentaries, sex documentaries, weed, drugs, any documentary. I was working in my fridge but listening, it's leaking water. Not on the floor but down under the veggie drawers. Huh. Now, I trust a hobo over a rich person any day of the week. Now, a hobo and a hitchhiker are two totally different things. No, we don't pick up hitchhikers. No, no, no. Nope. Mm-mm. Like, I just like to learn about everything. Like, I'm not shy to watch documentaries about where porn came from. Not all homeless people are bad, Cat. Here's the thing, though. Homeless people, they can't make you disappear. Rich people can make you disappear. Exactly, Bonnie. I'm gonna have to replace... I had just paid $600... We just paid $600 to fix our air conditioner. And we're still gonna have to have it replaced. See, around here, the homeless aren't mentally unstable where I'm from. It's just like people, like there's a guy who wanders around. Not around here, Kat. I mean, it was a rich girl's boyfriend who her parents trusted, had him and his family over for years, and he sold her into sex trafficking. Yeah. Like, a lot of the homeless around here are either people who choose to be homeless because they make more money that way. But then there's like people like this guy who walks around by our Walmart one town over. He has Tourette's and nobody will give him a job because he just screams. Like, they won't even let him wash dishes at Pizza Hut or anything because he just screams obscenities and he can't help it. But nobody will give him a job. This is a toy, a stacky toy that has like donuts that you put around it. It has a base somewhere, but I don't know where it is. Nova Ran, come to say hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I mean, I know that like in the bigger areas that's the case, but like here in my small area, literally people will scoff at people who like own their own businesses and offer them jobs and stuff. Damn. But, what was I gonna say? Yeah, people will literally scoff. People will, like, that are standing on the corner begging for money or whatever. People will, offer them jobs that, like, own their own business. And they'll scoff and say, why would I want to go to work? I make more doing this. Yeah. See, the problem here is we have two hotels in the town I live in and two in the town over, and all four of them are owned by drug dealers. So all the druggies have a place to live. None of the druggies around here are homeless. Oh, and then there was a couple who the guy murdered his mom, and the girl was scared and they went on the run. And yeah, it's crazy, Bonnie. Oh yeah. I mean, I get that in like a bigger metropolitan area where there's a more dense population of homeless, but here it's not a very dense population. And there are like people, there was a lady when I worked at Payless, she was homeless, and she would wear a boot on her leg, and she would have a wheelchair, and she would sit on the corner and beg for money, and then at the end of the day, she would get up out of her wheelchair, take her boot off, pack it away, and go on her merry way. And she chooses to be homeless. She has bukus of money, and she just chooses to be homeless. My coworker and friend were at a bar, and they were waiting for an Uber, and there was a homeless guy, and he gave him money. And then out of nowhere, 5 other homeless people came trying to jump them. Yes, it is very sad, Bonnie. That's crazy, Kat. I mean, I think no matter how they get... I mean, I guess if they choose to be homeless, that's one thing, but... They broke my coworker's jaw. He had to have it wired shut. And had it shut during his brother's wedding. Damn. Just evil eye from hubby, because I may have texted his big sister about his stomach, and she just called him, so now he's gonna go to the doctor tomorrow. Oh well, gotta do what you gotta do. Exactly. My grandpa had a hernia a few years ago, and my grandma had to have my uncle, which is their only boy, they have 2 daughters and a boy, had to have my uncle come and have a talk with him to go get it fixed, or because he was getting septic from it. Yep. It took my uncle coming over there and crying, saying he didn't want to lose his daddy for my grandpa to get the surgery. No, Nova, do not knock them over. She's still missing, Bonnie. The sad part is, I don't want to, Bonnie, I don't want to, depress you even more, but after all this time, they're either never going to find her and she's been kidnapped. What's that? Correct you if you're wrong on what? Or they're not going to find her alive if they do find her. That's horrible, Bonnie. I'll still be praying for a miracle, but the chances right now are... It is usually someone you know. She's either dead or been sold. I hate to put it that bluntly, Bonnie, but those are the most likely scenarios at this point. I mean, but, Kat, that's with anything. If you're murdered, probably somebody you know. If you're sexually assaulted, probably most likely somebody you know. Child sexual assault, somebody they know and trust. Kidnapped, usually somebody you know. I mean... Yep. Well, there's this one true story, it's a documentary, where this girl's dad secretly built a whole apartment in their basement and hid it from his wife, and then took his daughter and locked her in there for 20 years, raped her. She had his babies, and the only way she escaped was one of the kids got really sick, and she convinced him to let her take her to the hospital. Damn. I mean, it's sad, Bonnie, but yeah. I mean, it's crazy how many parents will kill their children and hide their body and then just report them missing and then they're never found. Or, I mean, it's crazy. My friend's mom was best friends with the lady that her son was an accomplice to murder. They still haven't found the body. Oh no. There was a case at my town where a lady left her daughter at her boyfriend's house and never came back, and her daughter became this guy's wife basically, and he drugged her every day. Dang. I don't know if you guys have have seen that movie. Damn, I don't know if you guys seen that movie where this girl's mom, like, made her think she was, like, wheelchair bound and had cancer and all this shit, and she found out she wasn't really sick, and then her boyfriend killed her mom. That's a true story, and it happened not very far from me. The mother's sister went missing years ago at, like, 21, and they never found her either. Coincidence? I think not, Bonnie. I remember putting up missing flyers at salon I worked at when it happened. At time I was only 20 years old, going to the bus stop those girls used to go to. Damn. And they seen she was drugged, and she told them everything at the police station and was able to get out of basically being a slave. Damn. Yeah, that happened. Yeah, Gypsy Rose, that happened not too far from me. Yeah, it's crazy, and I think it's kind of sad that the daughter's in jail. Like, I'm sorry, I don't condone murder, but the mom kind of deserved it. You know what I mean? Putting her daughter through all those tests and treatments. Yes, Gypsy is in prison, yes. For her mother's murder, for conspiracy to commit murder. And actually committing murder, yes. Like, I don't really condone murder at all, but I think, like, if I found out my mom was doing all that and it wasn't true, I think I might want to do the same, you know? Yes. Yep. I don't know, like, what all her charges are, but... Yep, and y'all are gonna think I'm an alcoholic, but I'm having me another drink tonight. I don't usually drink this much, but this time it's pineapple juice and orange juice and Malibu. Is Chaz jealous that you're spending time with me and not him, Kat? What's on YouTube now? Yeah. Well, the mom had Munchausen by proxy, which is a real mental health disorder, but the doctor should have caught it. The doctor shouldn't have gave in to her. See, Lori, and that's a conundrum for me because, yes, I would 1000% take my kid's place if they were dying. But then also I think... but then also I'm like, well, I don't want my kids to live with the pain of growing up without their mom and their mom dying. I would much rather live the rest of my life with the pain of my kid dying. You know, so for me it's like a conundrum. Like, I would take their place, but also I would want to be alive to feel the pain so they wouldn't have to. I don't know. I just don't want them to ever have to experience any of it. You know what I mean? About 2 weeks after Luca was born, we were headed to town to get groceries. And Luca was with us because, you know, he was still a teeny tiny baby, and my mother-in-law was here with the older two. And if it wouldn't have been for us getting stopped at a red light for literally 1 second, we were driving between here and the other town that our Walmart is in. And I'm looking ahead and I see this truck coming towards us. And so, you know, we're going this way. This is going to be backwards for you. And it's coming, you know, I'm going this way. It's coming towards me. Well, it goes off on its side of the road into the ditch and then corrects. And as I see it go into the ditch, I tell my husband, you need to slow down. Well, About that time, the truck corrects itself and it starts barrel rolling diagonally across the highway coming towards us. The only thing between this truck when it stopped rolling and our car was one driveway. Literally, their nose was touching one side of the driveway and our nose was touching the other. If we would have been 1 second earlier, the top of that truck would have hit on top of our car and not the pavement. Oh no. Oh no, Kat, I don't even want to know. Don't tell me. Oh, nope, tell me. I need to know. Tell me. And the only thing I thought in that moment when I saw that truck barrel rolling towards us was, God, I don't care about me. I don't care about my husband. Save my baby. You heard the metal sound and what? I need to know what happened next. An open pocket knife had fallen from up above open and so fast that it stuck up in the middle steps right in front of my toe. If I would have stepped forward, it would have gone in my... Damn. Nah, thanks. Mm-mm. That's freaking scary. When I was about 12. Did I think it was like on purpose or what? When I was like 12, I went to an amusement park and I got in this roller coaster and I was so skinny. When I was 12, I weighed like 50 pounds, okay? And I went on this roller coaster, and I do not go on roller coasters that go upside down anymore for this reason. We went to go upside down, and I almost fell out of the roller coaster. Did they ever find out whose knife it was and why the hell it was open? Y'all know what movies really fucked me up as a kid? The freaking Final Destination movies. I still get bad anxiety when I'm in a car behind a log truck. I cannot get in a tanning bed. IDK, everyone said it wasn't theirs. Obviously, no one would fess up. But sometimes I wonder if it really wasn't someone's. Where the fuck would it have come from, Kat? It had to have been someone's. Yo, the log truck. No thanks. What is in my shirt? The tag. I just want to know. That reminds you what, Kat? What reminds you of what? What happened? Okay, there was no one on the road, and then all of a sudden there was someone. Right? Kat's a good storyteller. She always leaves us in suspense. Then you saw the ghost bride on the side of the road, and she was like hitchhiking, and y'all stopped, and she got in your car. And then it got really sketchy for a minute, and then she vanished. Right? That's what happened? Kat's laughing at me, trying to guess what happened next. And out of nowhere, one bike tire came flying out of nowhere from the side and hit my truck so hard. Please tell me you didn't stop. That's some hills have eyes bullshit. That is some hills have eyes bullshit. You know, before that movie came out, when my mom lived in Russellville when I was like 9 or 10, She had come up to get us for summer break, and we were literally in the middle of nowhere, no street lights, nobody else on the road, and all of a sudden, it sounded like a gun went off, and her front windshield exploded all over us. She didn't stop. She kept driving until we got somewhere safe. Oh, don't tell me you had some kind of Hills Have Eyes experience, Kat. Oh, and then one time when we lived in that town I was telling you about where the guy got stabbed. And, my husband had to come pick me up from work, and we were driving back home, and we saw what, I shit you not, looked like a dead body wrapped in a trash bag. And so I had my husband pull over, and I was going to call, the cops. And it was so boring. Yeah, that's what happens when you drive through Texas, Kat. It's boring. Anyways, what was I going to say? Oh, so I had my husband pull over, and I was just going to call 911, and my husband was gonna get out and go check it out, and I said, no, what if the killer's waiting and you're gonna be his next victim? No. And so we're sitting there, the light shining on this, and all of a sudden it gets up and takes off running, and so I'm on the phone with 911, and we're following it. Now it's just a pillhead that had passed out on the side of the road in a leather jacket and looked like it was wrapped up in a trash bag. I thought I don't want anybody to die, but I thought I could check finding a dead body on off my bucket list, but no such luck. What was it, Kat? Come on, I'm in suspense. I'm biting my fingernails. It was a Bigfoot. It was Bigfoot, right? Tell me, it was Bigfoot. It was... Kat, just tell me what it is! It was... a demon dog. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Kat. Now that's also some Hills Have Eyes shit. No thanks. Knife blades or razor blades, Aaron. Now she's gonna come back and say blades of grass. That's okay, Kat. You saw. I sent you a picture. I found that weird ass knife in the middle of the street. They probably fell off somebody's truck. They were probably hunting and they probably fell off somebody's truck. Or fishing. And they fell off the boat. There's probably always a logical explanation, but my brain always goes to worse. They were laying in the road. In your lane, Kat, or just spread across the road? You know they say Texas Chainsaw Massacre is based on a true story? Novi, what are you doing? When I was younger, my cousin, who's a couple years younger than me, I used to always go stay at her house, and she lived out in the middle of nowhere. And in the lot next to her house, was an abandoned one-room schoolhouse. And every time we would go look in the window, the date written on the chalkboard would be different. And there would be like different handprints. Yeah, you guys, I gotta jump off here too. I'm so exhausted. I'm gonna head to bed early tonight. Not early, same time as usual, but hubby doesn't have to work tomorrow, so I hope I'll get some decent sleep. Maybe I'll... Okay, Kat, tell me. One more story. Tell me one more story. Yeah, me too, Aaron. Me too. No, tell me now! Yes, Marcy, I will do, meal prep videos for my husband's lunches. I just haven't been doing it the last couple weeks. I've been lazy. Or are you talking to Kat? Who are you talking to? Me or Kat or both? Kat, come on, tell me. I'm not gonna be able to wait. Or I guess, Kat, you could just text me. When I was a kid, we were driving in a 2-door truck, and it was night, and again, no one on the road, middle of the country, y'all. What are you doing driving around so late at night all the time? That's my question. Trust me, I know what you mean. Middle of the freaking country, y'all. Like, out past the banjos. We were tired from grocery shopping, and then out of nowhere, a person dressed in all white ran in front of the truck across the road. Okay. And then what? Did you help them? My aunt screamed, I screamed, thank God she didn't lose the wheel. Did y'all stop and help the person? You know, with Kat and her trusting rando people she meets. Probably. In Kansas, right? You're probably right. A town not far from here is one of the original towns of the KKK. Alright, you guys, I'm getting off here. I love you guys. Hi, Mimi. I'm just getting off and heading to bed. I'm so sorry. But I love you, and I hope you'll join me tomorrow night. I always try to go live around 7:30 or 8. Love you all. I'm praying for you. You guys know my email is always in my videos. My Instagram is always in there. Some of y'all have my phone number. If y'all ever need me, just reach out. I'm always here. Kat, we'll brainstorm. Come up with a good one. Alright? Love you all. Bye-bye.